Welcome to Tell It to Someone, the only show that keeps on running out of time. First question is from Firefly 4F4. Solar roadways, workable or really stupid idea? Well, back in the summer I tried using the roadway in a solar way. I tried to cook an egg on it, you know, because it was really hot, because it was summer. It's not summer anymore, apparently it's winter. Anyway, yeah, it worked. It worked after a while, but the egg tasted like cancer, so I wouldn't recommend using a solar roadway, you know, to cook stuff with anyway. Unless you like eggs that taste like cancer. KCK asks the next question. When my ambition to visit the unique, fascinating, beautiful continent of Australia is realised, will you join me for lunch? Yes. But unfortunately I am, well, it won't be at lunchtime though. It will be at dinner time because, well, I finished uni like last week, and now because I'm unemployed I have to wake up at 11 o'clock because there's no jobs, you know, because of Abbott. That's why the eggs taste like cancer too, because of Abbott. It's all because of Abbott, because he sucks. Next question is from Nicole SD. How did the apostles know that what happened after the Last Supper while they were sleeping? Ah, right, okay. So, what you got is, you know, Jesus fed his apostles, like, blood. I mean, his blood, which was made of wine. And, you know, because it was Jesus, it was, like, really, really strong wine. So, everybody, you know, fell asleep afterwards. But some people just don't like drinking blood or wine or blood wine, you know, because they're not Klingons. Because Jesus' followers were all Klingons. And so that one guy who wasn't drinking any blood/wine, blood wine, he is the designated rememberer. It's kind of like the designated driver, but except without a car. So he was a designated remember, and he made up a bunch of stuff because, you know, he was too busy chatting up what's her name to notice what everybody else was doing while they were drunk. But that's what the designated rememberer usually does. The designated rememberer usually just tries to chat up the only other non-drunk person, which is, you know, the attractive religious girl who just might want some. Next question is from Marv Roberts. If God doesn't exist, why does the word God exist? Well, it's dog backwards. So, you know, when you see a backwards dog, there's a backwards dog, only forwards. So it's backwards dog. And if the dog is backwards, then that's God. It creates nothing. Well, destroys a bit. Like wicker baskets. Dogs, you know, destroy wicker baskets and stuff. And if you reverse that, that's creation. So it's all dog backwards. Next question is from Scrovinus. Do quantum mechanics have quantum wrenches? Well, quantum mechanics, of course, is the science of really the smallest things like possible, and a quantum wrench would be the smallest wrench possible. So if the quantum wrench is being used, it would have the smallest torque possible. So it's really small torque, which is what I did when I was being designated rememberer and talking to that religious girl who ended up being a bit too religious. You know, tried to convert me instead of, you know, the other thing that I wanted to do. Next question is from Rod Bow. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody is around, does it expel a little bark? Alright, so that's barking up the wrong tree. I don't know. Well, it's in the forest, and I'm not in the forest. Well, there's one back there, but it's only like 6 trees. It's not a real forest. It's got a road behind it, a solar road. The eggs taste bad. Next question is from Rob Haas. Hello, world. if you could be anyone from the future, who would you be and why? Well, I am in the future actually, because you wrote that in the past, so I am in your future, and I'd be me, because I'm here. But if you're watching this now, I'm from your past, and that gets a little bit confusing. Yeah, just look at the next question. Don't. Well, after that seamless edit, I ran out of tape in the tapeless camcorder memory. I ran out of card. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, next question is from, let's just say, Goat Cheese Omelette. Yes. Dear Herbert, do you think that the show Seventh Heaven is annoying? No, I don't think it's annoying because of the remote control, which switches it to Doctor Who. And that's entertaining. Next question is from, totally love it. I'm trying to harness the infinite power of indifference, and do you have any tips regarding building an indifference engine? Well, all you have to do is give it, make sure that somebody else is the indifferent one, and then you will search all the way, relative, because all movement is relative anyway. I mean, you've heard of Einstein. So everything is relative, so all you have to do is give the indifference engine to somebody else, and because they're indifferent, they'll just won't bother, and so you'll rocket really far ahead of that person, as long as you measure everything from the indifferent person. Uber Goober asked the last question for today. I have forgotten what question I wanted to ask you this week. Do you remember what it was? No, actually I don't, because I'm not inside your head. But if I ask the people who answer the dovetail questions, of course, which are rolling right now, what to ask next week, then we'll get like this meta thing happening, which is like all confusing and artistic, which is what artistic confusing people do. And I'm artistic and confusing because I'm not funny. I think, well, I could be fun. I might be funny. I'm certainly jittery because of the, I've got the gain on my camera, so it goes. Well, that's it for Tell Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then there's places for you to ask it. And here is your dovetail question for this week. Oh, yes, right. Reference to that previous question. That's brilliant. Well, at least I don't have to sit around for an hour thinking of a dovetail question to ask, because I just have one here. What did that guy say last week? Oh yeah, self-referential for the win. Could buy a t-shirt, I suppose. Apart from that, I'm dangerously talented and I don't have a cool sign.